Welcome to part 3 of my book collection, and I realized in my other videos I was not talking a lot loudly, but I don't want anyone to hear me. So just turn up your volume. But this is part 3. This is all mass markets. Not all my mass markets, but that's just all that was on the shelf. And I had to redo this, so they're all out of order and they're all mixed up because I did it the first time and I ran over time, so it cut me off. So here we go. And this is probably the last one I'm going to put up today because I don't know. I put up a lot of videos. I would do 4 videos today, so just look for the other parts to come soon. My cat was doing something. So let's get started. Like I said, they're all mixed up, so. Greg Iles' Dead Sleep. Meg Cabot's All-American Girl. Princess Diaries by Meg Cabot. Princess in the Spotlight. Project Princess. Nothing But the Truth by Avi. The Silence of the Lambs by Thomas Harris. Child Player by William Dobson. Alt Ed by Catherine Atkins. Gene Kuntz, Strangers. Gene Kuntz, The Bad Place. The Killing Girl by Barbie Wood, but the cover is off because it's old. Scryer by Linda Crockett Gray. Unholy Child by Catherine Breslin. Gene Kuntz's Velocity. Two Stephen King books, The Eyes of the Dragon and Salem Lot. Why do I do that? I keep putting it out of the frame. Anne Rice's Toro the Vampire. These are the type of vampires I personally thought Twilight was going to be, but I was wrong. Very wrong. The Ceremonies by T.E.D. Klein. Not Ted. T.E.D. Not Ted. Jane Austen's Pride and Prejudice. Emma by Jane Austen. To Be a Slave by Julius Lester. Lorraine Hansberry's A Raisin in the Sun and Sorry My Nose Itches. Louisa May Alcott, Little Women. And these books are going to fall. Okay, Robin Cook, Mutation. Open Secrets by Carlton Stowers. Mommy Dearest by Christina Crawford. The Electric Kool-Aid Acid Test by Tom Wolfe. Anne Rule, The Stranger Beside Me, True Story of Ted Bundy. The Amityville Horror 2, The Terror Continues by John G. Jones. The Night of the Ripper by Rupert Bloch. Paradise Lost by John Milton. One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest by Ken Kesey. A Girl Named Sooner by Suzanne Kustler. I Never Promised You a Rose Garden by Joanne Greenberg. The Bhagavad Gita. Red Badge of Courage by Stephen Crane. Charlotte Bronte's Jane Eyre. Ooh, that was bad. Bad lighting! Villette by Charlotte Bronte. Emily Bronte's Wuthering Heights. The Ritual by R.R. Walters. Sorry, I have to change positions. Spiderwick Chronicles, Troll Trouble, and Great Escape. These are special edition books that my nose keeps itching. I never unwrapped. The Exorcist by William Peter Blatty, but the cover ripped off again because it's old. Just Dial a Number by Edith Maxwell. Jonathan Livingston Seagull by Richard Bach. Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde by Robert Louis Stevenson. The Outsiders by S.E. Hinton. 4 Plays by Isbin, A Dollhouse, Wild Duck, Hedda Gabler, and the Master Builder. Da Vinci Legacy by Louis Perdue. The Wonder Spot by Melissa Bank. The Great Gatsby by F. Scott Fitzgerald. The Metamorphosis by Franz Kafka. The Call of the Wild and White Fang by Jack London. Sorry, I spaced out for a second. I'm not happy. Les Miserables by Victor Hugo. The Crib by Paul Kent. A Break with Charity, a story about Salem witch trials and Rinaldi. Kim Empty Inside by Anonymous. Annie's Baby by Anonymous. Almost Lost by Anonymous. It Happened to Nancy by Anonymous. Helter Skelter by Vincent, I don't know. Echoes by Betty Wysor. Gallows Hill, Lois Duncan. Unholy Alliance, A History of Nazi Involvement. Cats with the Occult, Peter Levenda. A Small Death in Lisbon by Robert Wilson. Babyland by Holly Chamberlain. Atonement by Ian McEwan. Tess Gerritsen, The Surgeon. General Psychological Theory by Freud. Ooh. Scared. Nostradamus Predicts the End of the World by Renee Newbergen. Lord of the Flies by William Golding. Jan Coffey, The Deadly Strain. The Spider-Man movie novel. Running with Scissors by Augustine Burroughs. The Sixth Sense movie novel. Coraline, Neil Gaiman. An old copy of Sybil by Floretta Schreiber, and an updated edition. We Are Witnesses, 5 Diaries of Teenagers Who Died in the Holocaust by Jacob Bowes. Confessions of a Shopaholic by Sophie Kinsella. I Want to Keep My Baby by Joanna Lee. Alicia, My Story by Alicia Appleman German. The Diary of Anne Frank. Tales from the Secret Annex by Anne Frank. 2 books by Elie Wiesel, Night and Dawn. Herman Melville's Billy Budd Sailor and Other Stories. Moby Dick by Herman Melville. The Scarlet Letter and The House of the Seven Gables, both by Nathaniel Hawthorne. The Adventures of Tom Sawyer by Mark Twain. Life on the Mississippi by Mark Twain. Upton Sinclair's The Jungle and Dragon's Teeth. Holy Blood, Holy Grail by multiple people. Cruel and Unusual by Patricia Cornwell. Cat. Angela's Ashes by Frank McCourt. The Pigman by Paul Zindel. And The Magic Castle by Carol Smith. So that is part 3? 3. I think it's part 3. And yes, thanks for watching. I'll try to put up the rest of my collection sometime soon. I don't know when. And thanks for watching. Bye.